year starting off, as far as the contract year, like our best option would be a 1 year, which I know is a pretty big difference between what you guys, but our maximum would be about 3. So hopefully, since you guys said, 3 to 5 year life, and our maximum is 3 and your minimum is 3, hopefully we can meet somewhere in between there with.
Our employer definitely, he's struggling with the 4 years. He wanted a $50 million bonus if he was gonna lock in for a contract that long. So we're going back and that's something he would desire. But then to get the sliding fee to be solid, he would be okay with no $50 million.
Actually, can we take a minute?
Yeah.
Would you like to stop at that point? Before we take a minute, do you want to run over the last part of our negotiation so we all know kind of where we're at?
Yeah.
So we can group and then.
What's your per channel rates?
For Wolf TV, we would prefer to get $3. Wolf Sports is $3. WX is $3.
So we definitely have a big discrepancy here. And certainly the numbers you came up with per channel, it adds up to 17, and 17 is a long way from 8. I'm confused. Are per channel fees the same thing as per subscription fees, or are they completely different?
Because we thought that they were completely different. Like,
Yeah.
we did not think that they were the same.
I'm thinking
So
it's
what
the
about-
same.
I thought that could be.
It's either, if we get a 3-year, can we have our binding arbitration?
No.
We're pretty stuck
That's
on
not
that.
happening.
Our hands are tied on that one.
If we don't get our arbitration, our binding, we might not be able to do the statewide for you all.
So what do you guys want bargaining arbitration again?
We're just curious as the reason for why. Is there a reason you guys?
As our paper says so.
Fair enough.
We'll
What
give
about,
you- we'll
what
give you
about
the-
3.25 years? You get a couple extra months in there.
3.5.
4 years, which is like shocking for us. And then get $6. Do that.
With
Otherwise, we can't.
with no bonus and the formula working in both our favors.
I think we would prefer to have, yeah, I understand what you're saying, no bonus, because he was willing, well, we're not really willing to take the 4-year contract without the bonus, but
Final thoughts.
if you guys are willing to stick to the 575, 3.5 years, even, back and forth, with no binding arbitration, but mediation.
And
we
the
can-
statement.
And the statement.
We advertise the campaign.
And you guys just sign that you're working with us. We'll do a positive PR image commercial. We're willing to shake hands and walk away with that.
We are here in good faith and will negotiate with you in an honest, straightforward manner to achieve an agreement that is beneficial for both parties. Today, we would like to work in packages and discuss drug costs, voluntary license, medical care, and confidentiality agreement.
We are here tonight representing the Republic of Namigo regarding the need for second-line aged drugs. Before we proceed, we would like to name protocol for this negotiation. Representation of both parties, respect the seriousness and risk that accompanies this negotiation, answer all questions fully and to the best of your knowledge, and allow for both parties to take offices. Now, we would like to open the floor to you for your questions and initial offers.
So you all would like to discuss the drug costs, voluntary licensing, medical care, and possibility of having a confidentiality agreement. Are you guys okay with discussing those areas?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to put on the table?
And those were the only 4 areas we're really worried about.
Okay. So we were curious to know, like, what you all feel is, like, what is your main objective in the negotiation? Like,
Our main objective is to be able to get all of the citizens of Namago this AIDS drug for as cheap as possible.
How are you guys feeling about the compulsory license? Like, are you guys moving forward with that? Is that something that you guys are definitely interested in, or donations or anything like that? Is that one of your priorities, or is it mainly the cost of the job? Another question. As far as the confidentiality, are you guys opposed to that and whatever we come into agreement with, or are you guys thinking, where are you guys standing with that?
We would like to see what agreement we can reach.
We do sell Peditra for $6.50 in the low income, and we do acknowledge that your country is in serious need, and that's one of the reasons why we created the drug, is to help people. So our initial offer would be the drug costing $4.50 per person per year. Of course, we would like a confidentiality agreement with this, as in you guys, this price would be between us and not discussed anywhere else. We would like to give you a donation of $15 million to go towards, again, like the healthcare, doctor's visits, helping build hospitals and things such. Only thing we're asking with that is that, you know, it's publicly acknowledged that we have given that.
Just watching her body language a lot, cause let's watch her body language more, cause she's very, you can see it in her face what she's thinking.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about the $4.50 at
No.
all. To me, I mean, I feel a little bit better because it doesn't seem like, if I was in their position, I probably would be like, yeah, we're really moving towards the compulsory license. To kind of put pressure on us, but it doesn't seem like, they said that's like a last resort type thing. I mean, that's the only thing we're really, really concerned about, other than the voluntary licensing, so I think.
They seem open to the confidentiality thing, I don't think.
Like we're gonna decide when we get our
Should we change the
offer.
point person? Why don't you take over?
The next one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
To a generic company in India who would be willing to offer us a generic version of Peditra for far, far lower than what you guys are offering. If you are willing to come down on pricing from what your patent pool is of $100,000, for giving them a voluntary license. We were wondering if you were interested in doing a voluntary license with this generic company, which would greatly benefit our citizens.
I think today we're most interested in finding out like what you guys' like highest offer is for us to be able to, for us to sell you the drug or sell the drug. We're not particularly interested in voluntary licensing at this point. We wanted to exhaust all.
What would it take for you guys to do voluntary licensing?
I don't think VitaCline at this point is ready to do that. And we're trying to make sure that there's still enough profits coming into the business so that we can move forward into new drugs, the next generation. I mean, these things take billions of dollars. And at this point, the voluntary licensing just won't pay the bills for our company.
But let's think of all the bad press you've had in the past with suing generic companies in third world countries for making AIDS drugs. That hurts your business just as much, don't you think?
As far as our company goes, we're starting to become the leaders in the fight against AIDS, and as you can see, we've already put $200 million of our, towards donations and helping better the AIDS victims around the world. We're already bringing out the top line drugs. I mean, we're
leaders in the pack.
yeah, we're leading in this
We're
field.
we're striving towards better PR. What is your offer as far as how much you would like to see charge for the drug?
Pay around, or to have our citizens pay around $60 a person to buy the drug directly from you guys.
But you can pay up to $100 per person, though.
Yes.
What would you say, like, from if you were to put yourself in our shoes, what would you think is a reasonable price for this drug?
That is still just way out of our range. I mean, you have to keep in mind, legally, under the TRIPS, we are allowed to get a compulsory license to allow our citizens to be able to afford this drug. like you guys said, you know, they can't afford much more than $100 if they can even afford $100. So there's no way they can afford 300. We don't want you get a compulsory license because we understand the trouble that makes for you guys and how it upsets other countries such as the U.S. But if you guys can't come down more on that number, we're gonna be forced to do that because there's just no way our citizens can afford that.
So what is your range? Because to be honest, you know, again, we're coming here trying to, you know, bargain in good faith and get these people the medication, but we're feeling a little uneasy just because, like, in the general information, we know that, you know, we can at least get to 100. We're not gonna be able to come to an agreement if you guys don't move up some.
I mean,
So
we're willing
what
to
is-
move up some.
What is,
It's not gonna be anywhere close to what you guys are offering. I mean, we could come up to. Should we take the caucus? So, we just got off the phone with our generic drug manufacturer in India, and their price was $90 for the drug. We would like you guys to meet that same price. I just want to go on stage and say, I feel like you guys think we're trying to lowball you and all. We're not. I'm not trying to make little concessions here by going by $30, but your offer is just way, way out of our ballpark right now, and like $90 really is what we're looking for. Like I said, that is what the other company's offering for us. If you guys are willing to do the voluntary license, if you can't afford it, we would be more than happy to be aware of.
Well, I'll tell you right now, no matter what happens today, our company is already gonna be donating $10 million to your country, in efforts to, you know, continue the negotiation, you know, the push forward in ending AIDS around the world.
Mhm.